Hey traders from around the world, holla at your boy. It's Jeremy Alexander Newsom with Real Life Trading, and it is indeed Wednesday, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. So let's talk about the general markets really quick. So back on the 29th of April, here was kind of my thoughts on the market, my true thoughts, as I said. I don't know why I wrote that in. I think my true thoughts, market sells here a little bit, 3 to 5%, and people say, see, selling may go away worked, and then the market trades into an all-time high or resistance. I still think that's probably a possibility. So again, the 29th was right here. We are getting this pullback, and I think something like this is possible. Will that happen? I truly don't know. I never know what the market's going to do. All I can do is come up with a plan, write it down, and then from there do my best to follow my plan and lose small and win more than I lose. So the SPY could come down there and bounce there. I mean, we could trade all the way back down here and bounce. I'm a buyer if we come back down to this level. And I'm a seller if we trade back up into here. Glenn Usher, great job with your bear call spread, man. 210, 211 looks good. Expiring this Friday. Here's the Qs. So as far as the Mohawk is concerned, I know you guys are really wanting to know if this trade's going to work. And so am I. So right now, the Qs, I did unravel. And pretty much about break even at the moment. So I got to make that trade profitable. Otherwise, it is a Mohawk new haircut for Newsom. So realistically, if we can break this low in the next 2 to 3 days, I mean, I got 2.5 weeks on that spread. Well, it was a spread. Now it's just long 105 puts, which are right now in the money, which is a good thing. So I got 2.5 weeks. Time is absolutely on my side. We had a nice little new black crow. Right now, my stop is 106.52. I'm hoping we do not bounce there because this is the 100 simple moving average on the weekly. This is a healthy retracement. And again, we could easily bounce from here. I think we might go down a little bit farther and then bounce. But again, could we roll over from here? Could this be at the top of the market? Could we just have a free fall? Yeah, sure, we absolutely could. We could trade all the way back down here and, that would be really fun if we do because we'll make a lot of money day trading. So that's kind of what the Qs is doing. I'm hoping it trades down a little bit lower. Got my stop in place on some 105 puts. And George is at a 102.50, 103.50 for May. So he's got some more room to go. So I would say as long as it doesn't really break too much strong, this support right here. But if it does start breaking the support down on recent days, might want to exit or unravel that particular spread as well. Let's hop over here to Apple. And here's going to be a random standpoint on Apple. There's a lot of traders out there right now, and true story, over the last 2 or 3 days, I've probably got about 100 different messages on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and my emails about the Apple setup. And here's kind of my thoughts on Apple as it stands at the moment. I am bullish down here. As you guys know, I love being bullish on Apple long term. I honestly think Apple's going to do this and maybe trade higher. So what I'm saying is I think that a lot of people are going to have some stops down here, and I think we're going to get stopped out on a shorter term trade. There's going to be a lot of whipsaws down here because one thing I can tell you for certain is if and when everybody is thinking the exact same thing on a given stock or on an index or on the market, that's exactly what the market does not do usually. So again, I had so many traders, and I'm not saying that it's a bad setup at all. I'm just simply saying that I think the market doesn't do what everyone wants it to do. So if Apple's going to bounce down here, I don't think it's going to be a pretty bounce by any means. I don't think it's just going to do this. Now, yeah, obviously it could, but I'm thinking something a little bit more like this, and it's going to get a little bit ugly. So something like that, some bouncing around, and then maybe trade up a little bit higher. That's what I'm thinking. Hopefully, I don't have any wager on this one, but hopefully the Apple bull put spread, either I can unravel that profitably or it expires profitably. But either way, I will be waiting for a close below the 92-ish area on Apple before I'm doing any kind of unravel on that one at this exact moment in time. The other trades out there, let's see, Tesla. We had a reverse condor on Tesla, and we got into that condor actually when it was forming this really, really nice pennant pattern. So solid pennant pattern on Tesla. Earnings is coming up right around the corner. If you got a chance to do this reverse condor, the risk reward was great. The max risk was $2.85, and the max reward is technically $10. So it's a 1 to 3, actually a little bit better than a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. So my thought is if you are in this reverse condor, which a lot of you are, if Tesla gaps down on earnings, I would just exit it by selling to close and, buy to open. So I would sell to close that one and sell to close this one. And just kind of get out of both of those particular positions and lock in the gain. And then this one's probably going to expire worthless. You could hold on to it just in case Tesla does this. I wouldn't anticipate it doing that, but just in case. Because I do think if Tesla gaps down, I think it'll be a buyable dip because this is a pretty strong run up right here. And a gap down, I think, would be a pretty healthy retracement of this wave. And I think it would be buyable. So just something to keep in mind. And of course, if Tesla gaps up, especially if it opens above 260, that would be a pretty bullish gap. Speaking of bullish gaps, Amazon had a bull put spread trigger today. So that was a 635, 630 bull put spread expiring in May. So keep an eye on that one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm liking that spread. And I'll give Amazon about another 3 or 4 days, and I'll consider getting into a bear call spread. Bear call spread. Up there somewhere above the all-time high on Amazon. That's exactly what my buddy Troy is doing. He's in a wicked iron condor expiring this Friday on Amazon. So great trade by buddy Troy. Here's Google, ticker symbol GOOGL. Google still hanging out. 2 trades I talked about recently on Google. If you like to own shares, there's a long, way far away put sale way down there for January. January 2017. Yes, 6-7 months away. 530 put sales, bringing about $8 per share. So I do want to own shares of Apple down there at Google. I do want to own shares of this company down there at 530. I doubt I'll get put the stock down there. If I do, I'll be fine with that. But just kind of letting you know, Google does do many options, so you don't have to control 100 shares. You could do 3 mini put options, which would be 30 shares of Google. Still an investment, I realize that, but not quite as many as 100. So just something to keep in mind. I like the put sale. It's one of the few put sales I've done that far in advance. So just throwing that out there. Here's FCX, Freeport McMoran, and FCX is, just keep in mind, at a really strong resistance. So this is a great selling price. Nice little sell high, buy low area on FCX. Just something to keep in mind. So amazing support down here and amazing resistance back up at 1180. So what am I doing at this point on FCX? Not much. I don't have any position on FCX. So really at this level, I'd probably wait for it to chop around up here for a little bit, maybe sell some covered calls if you're in some shares, and then hopefully it breaks out of that trend line that's kind of building. And if not, if it doesn't break out, it'll probably roll back down to 456. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but I'd like to see if that actually is the case. DDD did something similar, 3D printing. And 3D printing, here's kind of my analysis back on the 19th of April. We talked about this one in the afternoon trading room from 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. I mentioned, hey, DDD at a strong resistance. It's made its move. I'll wait a bit before going bullish. Honestly, looking to sell high, buy low up here and trade the channel. You can see that DDD closed below my bearish trigger 2 days ago. Here's the weekly chart on 3D printing. And the reason I'm pulling up the weekly is because this is the channel that I'm referring to in the note right there. And there it is. So we've done this exact channel before on DDD printing. We could do it again. Had a really good day trade on 3D printing today. And here is the day trade. So this was based on the 5-minute chart. Here is a small double top right there. Entry, stop, 10 cents of risk, 2 R's was right there. Boom. Locked in 2 R's on DDD. Locked in another 2 R's, I believe, on SYRG. Was that the stock today? Yes, SYRG on a 1 minute. Got in bearish up here with a stop right there and played a target there. So really, really solid day on the day. 4 R's. Holla at your boy. I'm excited and pretty pumped about that. One other trade for the day, just to review. Here's ticker symbol CHK. Get a lot of requests for this one. Most of the requests I get is, hey, Jeremy, did I miss the boat? I don't think so. I like CHK. I like the volume. I like the higher lows. I like the higher highs. If you're looking to play CHK, earnings coming right around the corner. I would just simply be patient. P-A-Y-T-I-E-N-T. Patient is spelled with a pay, because if you are patient, you get paid, ladies and gentlemen. The market is a great dictator between who is patient and wealthy and who is impatient and broke. So CHK, let it pull back, buy the dip, place your stop, and again from there, hopefully it bounced. I will see you Friday in your next stock review. And until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. See ya.